Hi, everybody, and welcome. I hope you guys are having an incredible day. Today, we are doing our 30-day challenge, and we're going to continue in doing our healing work. Our focus of this challenge is in order to learn how to grow your energetic field, expanding your light. And how do we do that is by activating our multidimensional body. So, in this series, you're learning many different techniques to help you enhance, deprogram, release, heal aspects of yourself that you are no longer in alignment with, and currently riding the tides of energy shifts that we're currently going through over the next couple months into a new year. We are already at the end of this year, and that means that a lot of cleaning house has to occur. In the next couple weeks, you're going to be entering into a major shift in it energetically, in which we really want to be sustaining a high vibrational state, training that part of us that can handle neutrality, training that part of us that can handle the shifts that are occurring in the world around us. And the purpose of that is so that we can embody more love, so that we can embody more light, and that we can hold space, anchor light. Remember that you are a light that is literally a pillar of light that is holding space in the earth. And in addition to that light that you're holding, you are interconnected to many. All of your experiences, everything that you are, is affecting the whole. And so, with this kind of work, we are waking up the parts that are dormant, that are feeling neglected, the parts of us that are still hiding and feeling shameful or guilty or fearful in the very depths of our subconscious mind. Those are the ones that project into our everyday life to cause suffering, fears, anxieties, and a lot of us are kind of going through roller coasters of emotions recently as we are being triggered by the major events that are happening outside. And so, how do we find peace in all of this craziness? Well, we train that peace within the body, and in order to sustain that, it's a psychological, spiritual, emotional job. There's many aspects that play a role in sustaining that kind of inner peace. And in order to embody that, bringing yourself into that present moment, into that center core place that is this blissful connection of everything at once, this is where you find kind of a moment of neutrality, away from any kind of emotional sway, stimulation, or anything that triggers the self. And it's also where you can begin to reinforce and take back and enhance the energy that you are cultivating in your body. Because we are systems of energy cultivation. Just like a plant needs sunlight in order to grow, we need to be aware of the energy that we are absorbing into the body. Photonic energy, vibrational frequency, all of these emotions and patterns of energy that surround the body are informing the organism. And when we are in states of disconnect from the physical body, we're not aware of what we're taking in. And oftentimes we take on a lot more things than we need to. We take on other people's fear, other people's anxiety. And in this current time in the universe, a lot of fear is being triggered for the purpose of the manipulation, control, deconstruction, and for, in other words, the hijacking of this system in a way where if we fall into fear, the entire multidimensional body begins to break down and becomes a host being utilized by the world events in order to feed off that life force and drain us from that life force. So it's something that we need to be aware of. The cultivation of our life force energy allows this organism to be healthy, thriving, abundant, so that it can intuitively connect with the things that are approaching, the things that we're leaving behind. And that intuition allows you to have a more mindful and compassionate life, a more mindful and compassionate human experience that is not like a candle in the wind being disconnected and thrown side to side from very heavy emotions and fragmentation that is caused by trauma and the experiences of the unknown. The unknown, in which we go into experiences that we become completely flustered by the things that are occurring around us. And we are at the pinnacle moment where we're in the very beginning of a major transformational change where a lot of things are going to be changing in our surroundings. And so the invitation for the human that you have signed up here to do at this particular moment as a soul that incarnated in this body is to be okay to hold space through those changes. And so those of you that are here, you know this. You have already been waking up for a very long time. You're a star seed. You are a seeker. You are a light worker. And you've been doing this work for a very long time. And your body knows that it feels and it thirsts for that understanding, for that connection. And you know that it's in that connection that you have the ability of tapping into the infinite that you are, which goes beyond the limitations of this physical body. And so that's kind of where we want to learn to bring ourselves back into. One of the heavy emotions that keeps coming up over the past couple months is the feeling of helplessness, the feeling of a dominance or control that makes us feel like we're being taken away from the rights, our ability to speak our truth, our ability to choose for ourselves. So this is a very common theme at this current time, and it's only going to get heightened as we move into the winter for the northern hemisphere and the summer for the lower hemisphere, because this is what we need to learn how to work through. We need to learn how to embody and hold space, regardless of any exterior force that wishes to control, suppress, or embody ourselves. And so how do we navigate that kind of interaction with the world around us is by the ability of really tuning into ourselves and understanding what we are, seeing ourselves for what we are as more than just this physical body in a victim mode, helpless, disconnected from the whole, lonely, incapable of speaking, having to fight. There actually is nothing to fight. What we are doing is taking back our power, because the more that we engage in the draining of our life force through emotions, anger, all of these things, this is the exchange that's giving away the life force freely, openly, without being aware of how much we're actually giving away. Because in the moment that we begin to give away, we are programming a system of artificial intelligence which is far more powerful than we understand. The artificial intelligence of the internet and social media networks, which are being programmed by our every move, our every feeling, our every emotion, our habits that we do on these systems, is an artificial intelligence that is growing faster, faster, wiser, and more intelligent with every move that we make. So actually, we need to remove ourselves from those spaces energetically, in that the cultivation of our life force, as we pull back the life force, is actually where our power lies as a collective. And the unity that we create is not through the internet, but through the higher mind, through our telepathic communication, through our ability to remote view each other, connect with one another, intuitively check in with ourselves, know where we're at, know our emotions, understand the darkness that is still within us, that is fearful, that is hiding, that is feeling helpless, and beginning to understand and recognize that in one another as we meet each other at the eyes. And the connection that we make with one another is a reflection of everything that we feel within us. In fact, when we connect in other ways, we are not truly seeing each other as we are, because we're so busy looking at the external image as opposed to the real communication, which is actually happening in the higher mind. It's happening in the dream work that we're doing. It's happening in the astral projection planes that we're navigating. So today's practice that I'm going to be doing with you is going to be a practice on working and training our conscious awareness for this navigation of a plane that is non-physical. It is the communication, the telepathic, the astral projection. It is our lucid dreaming scapes. So how do we prepare for that? Well, in my journey, what I noticed is that the more I practiced GPAC, or my daily practice of grounding, protecting, aligning, bringing presence fully into this body, that I was able to bring that into my dream time and have lucid dreams. And as I continued to cultivate that astral projection, and as I continued to cultivate that, travel in those spaces consciously, interacting with things that needed to be interacted with, because there are many, many more things that are happening within the fragments of ourselves that are interconnected with one another, that are actually on that highest level. So, our ability to manifest and to work on the physical plane is affected by the work that we're doing in the higher dimensional planes. So, today we're going to work on that, and we're going to work on that by meditating and activating our psychic abilities, training our intuition, training the ability to embody presence, and seeing what that feels like when we go in and leave the body. So, get ready and go ahead and join me. We're going to start by inhaling deeply and exhale. We're going to ground ourselves down to the center of the earth. Connecting down to the core of the planet. Okay, this is the first G of G-Pack. And as we're connecting down to the center of the earth, becoming aware of the connection that connects to the body and just checking in with our physical body, bringing our presence and our attention to our lower body, our feet, our ankles, our shins, our calves, our knees, bringing the presence into the lower back, into the hips, into the solar plexus. Taking a really nice deep breath. Noticing the emotions that are in the body and breathing through them for a moment. Inhale deeply. And as you inhale, expanding the lower belly, sending that oxygen all the way down to the base of your spine. You're going to go up to your chest, breathing. Going up to your shoulders. Going up to your head and your face. Noticing with every breath that you take, the body becomes more aware, more oxygen can enter, more can leave. Going up to the crown of your head. Okay, and just checking in with your grounding cord, noticing that it's really nice and thick and wide, anchoring down to the center of the earth. Creating a bubble sphere around your entire body, making sure that there are no openings. Go ahead and visualize that sphere around you. This is an awareness of your total body, the physical and the non-physical. Noticing where we have openings in our field and closing them mindfully. Breathing deeply as you close those spaces, taking back your life force that has been leaking through that space. going up into the head, becoming aware of your intuitive connection to your body. You're going to go down to the root. Now that you're fully connected, enclosed, grounded down to the center of the earth, protected in your field, taking a moment to add 10 feet of white light around your entire body. Noticing that as you create this 10 feet of white light around the body feels so much more present, so much more aware. And as you breathe, with every breath you take, you feel the energy beginning to generate within your field. So you're just going to imagine that with every breath you take, you are enclosed inside of this bubble. And inside this bubble, it's almost as if the energy from your body begins to multiply. As a generator of life force, bringing up from the center of the earth, you can begin to visualize that you're pulling up the golden life force from the infinite source of the earth up into the body. And your field, your bubble around you begins to grow. As you mindfully fill in every space, every area. As you grow your bubble around you larger and larger, you begin to feel the entire room shifting in its vibrational frequency. Okay. So now that you're here, you are entering into a deeper state. The brain waves are going into a much deeper state of observation, of connection with the body. In this stillness, in this energetic field that you're growing around you, you can begin to notice more information about your environment. So begin to tune in to the room that you're in through your bubble. With every expansion of this bubble, you begin to become aware of more space around you. So just go ahead and notice what is in this room that you're in. Notice, are you alone? Are you with someone else? Do you feel anything? Do you feel presences in this space? Do you feel energies, lights, heat, anywhere around you? You're checking 360 degrees around your entire body in order to understand how far around you you are extending. You are expanding yourself energetically. Everything that is inside of this bubble belongs to you. And if you feel a heaviness in the field that you can't tune into, or that it feels stagnant or heavy or hard, just go ahead and visualize that you're gently dissolving it through the walls of your protective field and just gently allowing it to move, bringing back your life force into the body and sealing your space newly. Taking in only what belongs to you within this space. And through your mind's eye, as you do this all around you, you begin to see the room that you're in with your mind's eye. Not with your eyes open, with your mind's eye. Go ahead and see if you can see all the things around you in detail. You're going to notice that you're tuning into your memory, but you're also tuning in to your feeling, the sensations around your body, the energy, how it begins and ends, how it feels harder when it touches something physical and lighter as something feels further away. So I want you to tune in to the energetic field around you. Whatever it is that you're feeling around you, just notice how the energy varies as you tune in to that space. So this is you really tuning in to your energetic field, to your intuitive mind. And as you begin to tune in to your room, to your space, you might begin to pick up things that you never thought you would notice. And we're not going to communicate with anything or tune into anything. We're just observing at this moment, observing everything around us until we can literally see the environment that we're in with our mind's eye as clearly as we can see it with our eyes closed. See if you can do that, taking your time. Training your mind's eye to see outside. You're going to be very surprised with the detail that you can actually see with your eyes closed. Right now, you are developing a part of the brain that becomes incredibly connected to your sight, to your space. And this area of the brain is just as developed in people that are blind because they are using sound, vibration in order to navigate a space in which they can produce form and sometimes even color. So allow yourself to continue creating your space around you, looking at your space around you in as much detail with your eyes closed, looking at the room around you with your mind's eye as if your eyes were open. You might notice that what you're really noticing is that your memory is actually 360 degrees. Sometimes you may not have been even aware of how much you're actually taking in until you do this exercise. And as you see the things around you in your room with your mind's eye, go ahead and not have any judgment as you look at whatever it is that you're looking. Maybe you see the laundry in your space. Maybe you see a messy table with papers. Just observing, keeping your body as neutral, the emotions as neutral, grounded, and present in this moment as possible. Focus on areas that have more detail in your space. See if you can remember, if you can tune in with your mind's eye as you look at those details. Continuing to look, you are training the mind, training the intuition to begin to become aware of your space with your eyes closed. This training is imperative for you when you are beginning to train lucid dreaming and astral projection. Oftentimes, people describe they have a headache or a little pressure or pain here in the forehead when they do this exercise. Those that have not been training their intuition very much feel that over here. And it's okay, it's just you activating your mind's eye, your intuitive abilities. So just breathing gently, and again, you're not forcing yourself, you are just gently observing with your mind's eye everything that you see around you as it becomes clear, clearer and clearer. Very good. So now that we have taken some time, and you can pause this video and you can do it some more if you feel that you still have more to see, I want you to begin to work on activating your intuition on the higher level. So now that we're fully protected and grounded in our space, we're going to begin to work with the chakra system. The root chakra at the base of the spine. Go ahead and visualize that root chakra, and you're going to close that root chakra all the way down to the size of a dime, front and back. You'll notice that you can actually visualize your chakra much easier now after having done that exercise. Okay, go up to the sacral chakra, the orange light, underneath the navel. Go ahead and close that chakra all the way down to the size of a dime. You're going to go up to the solar plexus in the center core. Go ahead and visualize closing that chakra all the way down to the size of a dime. And what you'll notice is a really nice expansive feeling in the physical body. Before, perhaps you felt tense because you felt that you were trying very hard to see without your eyes. But now you have activated the higher levels, so you'll notice that it feels lighter, easier, without much resistance. You're going to go up to your heart center. Go ahead and expand the heart center as wide as possible, front and back. Going up to your throat, expanding that blue light, opening it front and back. Being mindful of the areas that feel difficult to open, and just gently allowing some space so that it can freely open without fear all around you. Making sure that you're fully grounded during this time. Any kind of discomfort that you feel in the body, it's because we're not grounded. We need to be grounded in the body. We need to be fully present in the body while we do this practice. Because this is the vessel to the ability to connect anywhere. You're going to go up to the third eye. You're going to open that third eye as wide as possible. And what you'll notice that any kind of pressure that you felt in your head is now gone, because you have activated your psychic center. Notice that expansive feeling, and now when you tune into your intuition, it feels so much more pleasurable, so much more comfortable. Breathing deeply. This is the way that we tune in to our intuition. Okay, very good. So now that we're here, we're going to begin to work with training ourselves for lucid dream. We're going to start at the beginning of our day. I want you to take yourself back to this morning when you were in your bed, about to open your eyes to see yourself in bed. Opening your eyes, I want you to notice, what is the first emotion that came into your body today? And we're not trying to think, we're connecting to the intuition of the body. Everything is recorded within the body. And the more hypnotized, the more asleep and unaware we are, the more difficult it will feel to connect with the information. But that means you need to stay still and in your body and present. And allow your mind to navigate where it needs to go. Sometimes we will have a picture of our chest or connect with our side of our body or connect to our hands or our head. And when you notice that you take yourself to that part of the body, it'll open up emotional information. So just allow yourself to connect to those parts of the body. Whatever thoughts come into the mind, you're going to see yourself in bed as if you're looking at yourself in a movie. And just notice yourself as you open your eyes. What's the first emotion that came into your body? Notice that. Was it a pleasant one? Was it uncomfortable? Was it anxiety? Was it fear? Was it happiness, joy, excitement to be awake and start your day? Observe. And in that moment, notice where your attention is at. Is your attention in your body, or is it focused on things that are happening outside of it? Okay, this gives us a good indication as to where the majority of our life force is usually spent. Just observing without any judgment. Okay, now we're going to notice ourselves getting out of bed. And what's the first thing we do? Go ahead and notice. As soon as you get out of bed, you might put your slippers on, maybe you put a robe on. Whatever it is that you do, just notice yourself. Observe the emotions, the things that run through your head, the things that we see as priority the moment we get out of bed. Notice that. And just notice, why are those things that we chose a priority? Just notice. Without any judgment. And any kind of heavy emotions that begin to come into the body, like anxiety or stress, or any judgment that you might be placing in this experience, I want you to constantly bring yourself back into a state of neutrality. It means that your first 3 chakras have opened. So when we are in reading state, the emotions that we tune into, they're going to feel like far away, foggy feelings, and more information will be able to come from them. But if your first 3 chakras are open, it's going to be very heavy emotion that will be hard to shake, or that you're going to want to get stuck on or maybe identified with. So it's very important in your meditation that you're conscious of what your emotions are doing. And as soon as they start to get uncomfortable and heavy, especially in this practice, you're just going to make sure that you have them closed, and that will help you move past it quicker. Okay, so go ahead and continue going into your day. As you go into your morning routine, you go out through on your day, just notice the emotions that are in your body. What are the things that take up the majority of your mind, your thoughts? Okay, go ahead and go into your first activity of the day, or maybe multiple activities that you're juggling. Just observing. And if you feel drained or tired in this moment, again, it means that we're putting too much emotional charge into what you're seeing or judgment. You need to bring yourself into a state of neutrality. This is how we train ourselves to become very, very easy to navigate in the lucid plane. Okay. Continue going throughout your day. Go ahead and go into half of the day now. Notice the things that you ate. What was the first thing that you ate today? Did you have a nice cup of water, a glass of water before you started your day with lemon? Or did you reach for something sweet? Did you reach for something salty? Protein, greens? What did you reach for? Go ahead and notice that. And notice the emotions in the body as you do that. Let's keep going into our lunch hour. If you don't have a lunch hour, just notice around midday or the next time you have a meal, all of the emotions that you've had throughout the morning, the things that you did, the things that motivated you to do things that day, the intentions behind your actions. These are the things that I want you to observe. And how often are you present in your body? Okay. You're going to keep going now into your evening. Notice where your energy was spent. How many times a day were you actually present in your body? Notice that. Going into the evening, at night. Okay. And then some of you might find yourself here in this meditation. So go ahead and see yourself now meditating, looking at yourself, sitting down, meditating as you look at your body. What are the emotions that these memories have triggered in your body? Go ahead and see them. I want you to be present with those emotions. Where do they live? And gently breathing through those emotions. What would someone that loved themselves do in that moment when they feel this emotion? Would they feel that emotion? Or would they feel something else? Just notice that. And just bringing yourself into the present moment completely now, as you bring yourself back into your body. Now looking out at the space that you're in through your mind's eye once again, checking in 360 degrees around you. Okay. Go ahead and notice, what is it that you need today in order to embody your highest expression? Are you embodying your highest expression? Have you embodied that higher expression today? Or were you completely disconnected the majority of the day or part of the day? Notice that. Go ahead and provide yourself everything that you need to restore your life force. We're going to just visualize everything that we've been in contact with today. We're going to see it in a crowd in front of us, and we're going to see some cords. These are heavy cords where we are depleting the life force. So we're just going to bring that back into the body. I want you to inhale deeply, bringing it back into the body. Everything that we expelled in an imbalanced manner comes back to us as golden healing light, as our life force, as our vitality, as our youth, rejuvenation, re-energizing the body. All of the things that we've done today that have depleted our life force in a way that was imbalanced. Breathing deeply. Very good. Okay, as you see yourself now grounding in this energy, I want you to select a color that represents the most healing state for you at this time. What color would that be? Go ahead and fill your bubble with that color. The most healing state. The most healing state. We're going to heal this body, heal the organism multidimensionally. Okay? And while your body is healing, so this is how we're going to train ourselves to do lucid dreaming. This is how you're going to go to bed every night. Okay? So while you see your body restoring in presence, in awareness, in connectedness to itself, you're going to begin to go up from the crown of your head, up to the top of the roof of your room, the ceiling, looking down at your room. Okay? You're going to begin to go through the ceiling, okay, sticking your head out as you begin to see the sky above you. Okay, or maybe if you live in a house where you have floors, you're just going to pull yourself outside of the building, and you're just going to notice as you look down at yourself, looking down at yourself, back in the room, and you're going to look up now at the sky above you, the stars. I want you to take yourself up to the highest point in your house or your building. Okay, and as you go to the top, the highest point of the building, begin to look around at the street, at the other houses around you. Maybe you live in a forest, maybe you live in the mountains, maybe you live by the beach. Go ahead and look at all the things, the natural and the physical objects that are around you. 360 degrees, you become aware of your space. And just taking a nice deep breath up here at the top of your house. And you're going to check into your body. Your body is healing in that healing color. Notice how the body is restoring. Notice how the body begins to heal separate parts of itself. And you are, a fragment of yourself has left the body and is kind of just exploring up there, okay? So when we lucid dream, when we astral project, we're going to kind of launch from here. This is our launching pad. The roof of our house is kind of where we begin to take flight into where we want to go. So we're just going to allow ourselves to float up above the house, and we're going to begin to see our house or our building underneath us. As we rise up into the sky, looking down at all the details of our neighborhood, of our house. As we go higher and higher, we begin to see this neighborhood, we begin to see the city. As you go higher and higher, you begin to see all of the planes that are in the sky, if there are planes in that space, looking at the stars above you, but you're still looking down at the town underneath you. Begins to get smaller and smaller underneath you, and you're going to go higher and higher into the stars. And just notice that you have this immense freedom all around you. Freedom all around you. You can go anywhere in the world that you want from this point. Anywhere in the world that you want. Just notice all around you. Very good. So this is where at night you would begin to just see yourself. I want you to surround yourself in a golden sphere of light here within this astral body, within this projection of yourself. You're going to surround yourself in a golden field of light. And I want you to select a color that represents a high vibrational expression of this fragment of yourself that is traveling and can and will travel in other dimensional planes. Go ahead and select a color that represents protection, awareness, high vibration, connection and resonance with something that is in alignment with your highest expression. Go ahead and surround that aspect of yourself and just see it in that space, in a protective field around it, aware of its space, connected to everything, connected to the whole. Very good. Let's go ahead and breathe. And we're going to just bring our part right back into the body. So just see yourself descending down now, coming back into the body. Making sure that we're connecting now down the cord of the higher self. This is, of course, the cord of light that runs through our body. So this is the trajectory which we're following back into the body. And just feel yourself come back into the body and being present here, fully present. Your attention is fully here in this space, in this room with your eyes closed. Breathing deeply, and just notice how you really feel the body now, as opposed to a second ago when you were not in the body, you were not really feeling the physical body. Now you're back in the body. So I want you to visualize a vortex of white light that surrounds your body, and it's going to pick up any debris that we have picked up along the way, and we're going to anchor it down to the center of the earth, anchoring down that pillar of white light. As you connect up to the highest level, bring that white light down into your body. And we're just going to open the root chakra back into a balanced state. Open the second chakra back into a balanced state. Open the third chakra back into a balanced state. Breathing deeply, bringing the heart chakra back into a balanced state. And now you're going to feel any sensitivities kind of begin to dissipate a little bit as you begin to feel more grounded, more in your body. In the throat, you're going to bring it back into a balanced state. In the third eye, you're going to bring it back into a balanced state. And you're going to go up to your crown, and you're going to enter it with your highest creative color. Go ahead and fill it in, activating the crown, activating the ninth, the eighth, the ninth chakra, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th. Very good. And above you is a powerful white light of source. Go ahead and connect up into that white light and bring that white light down into your body, anchoring into the center of the earth once again. Go ahead and open your eyes now and go ahead and take a look around your space. As you look around your space, how did you do? Were you able to see pretty good what was in your space with your eyes closed? So this is a really powerful training that you can begin to do. And as you meditate more, as you train yourself to be in your body and to also look and remote view around your space, this is how in dream time, when you go and leave the body, you're going to be very aware of the tools that are available to you. Your grounding, your awareness, your alignment, and your ability to choose how to navigate. So I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have an incredible night. If you're watching this at night, if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be very happy to answer them. But this is just a short training into how to grow your light. This is incredibly important in the work that we're doing here today. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.